So, GGG just buffed Abyss, and specifically what I would like to look into is the Kulemak invitation changes. They made it so it was guaranteed a possibility to drop ancient desecrated currency from killing the boss. This is pretty good because ancient desecrated currency is worth quite a bit. It's really valuable to crafters, and well, just making good gear in general. So it looks to be like a potential possibility for a reasonable farm, depending on current going rates for each of the individual currency items. The three that are possible to drop are the uh, ancient rib cage, the ancient jawbone, and then the ancient collarbone. Collarbone being the one worth the most. That's the one you really want to see. Jawbone is pretty good too, as it is still quite a bit, and then rib is really the only one you don't want to see, as it is typically worth less than the invitation itself. So I'm sure the prices will equalize out, and you'll find more of a consistent ratio on what's good and what's not as the market kind of figures out what's going on. I ran 24 of these invitations to try and see if it was actually worth doing or not. Short and quick. It was pretty good from my testings. I made about, not even including any of the uniques, because they're really few and far between whether they actually turn into anything, as Darkness and Throne needs both the correct armor type to turn into and a decent roll on the percent effectiveness of the sockets. And then the rings are wildly varying in utility and damage application. So I would say don't necessarily count on getting anything too incredible from those. It's going to be mostly the bones, the bone farming that makes the money. All right, so after doing a little bit of math and looking through it, all of these exalts rather came from selling the bones for acquiring the 20, or from doing the 24 invitations of Kulemak. 4,375 is pretty good. It's about 22-ish divines at the current market rate. I did get one raw divine drop doing the invitations with it. I was probably just lucky. No idea how it would look on a consistency basis. I'm not going to count that, even though easily could. And then Darkness and Thrones are very, very wildly in value, mostly due to the two rolls that they can come with. So, like, obviously, like, high numerical values on the increased effective socket and augment items is really important. But more importantly than that is specifically the second line is this item gains bonuses from socketed items as though it was blank, or, well, random thing, random armor piece. And now that matters because it changes what the rune sockets obviously will do functionally in there. So hard to say how much value the Darkness and Thrones will add to the strategy. But I would say it's pretty decent for how easy it is. It's nothing crazy. Definitely not. I wouldn't call it better than any of the mapping strategies at all. But this is really easy. Like, if you have a character that's maybe not very strong, this is very accessible. I would say that maybe you hit a few of these and you can maybe add in a couple, 3, maybe 6 divines here and there through Darkness Enthroned. You can almost catch up to that 30 div per hour mark, depending on how fast you kill the boss. I was killing the boss fairly quickly. I think that even a character that's considerably weaker, as long as you can maybe find ways around it, learn little techs that you can do, like my skill specifically can preload its damage, so that as soon as the boss actually spawns, gets hit by a bunch of different skills all at the same time. Stuff like that. Just even when my character was about as 1/3 as powerful as he is here, I was still able to kill the boss fairly quickly or earlier in League. So I think even still, maybe if you do like 4 less invitations per hour, you're still hitting like 20 an hour. I think that's still probably really good. And you know, for how easy it is, it's still good money even then. So, and maybe even better than a lot of other strategies for weaker characters. So yeah, give it a try. It's pretty awesome. Good luck. We don't know what the rings do. Maybe somebody will eventually figure out the mod pools and we'll min-max on which rings to actually click on, or you know, which bosses essence to actually steal for the rings. Give it a try. I recommend it. And good luck.